Good morning. My name is Heidi. I'm subbing for chair yoga for the Veterans Yoga Project on Saturday morning. I'm going to move back to my chair. Make sure that you have a chair that is sturdy, no wheels. And in all of my classes, make sure that you listen to your body and any instructions or restrictions that your medical professionals have given you. So that's what you should be, that should be your primary guide, right? How you feel in your body and what you know is safe for you, okay? So, and it could be different every day. All right, so we get started by first creating that connection of our feet to our support. Just noticing the bottoms of the feet touching the floor. And then you can press your feet down. You might start to feel engagement through your thighs. Then we connect to our other support, the chair. So maybe tucking the tailbone in a little bit or pressing it down into the chair, finding that evenness from side to side. And then we rise up, finding space throughout the torso, allowing breath into the body, a little more breath maybe. It doesn't mean you have to breathe really deeply. Just make your breath soft and smooth and however is comfortable for you. And that's an indication of whether you're pushing a little too far, right? If you start to hold your breath, if it becomes choppy. So just let that be another guide for you. And we'll draw our awareness inward, letting anything that came before class or anything that might come after, let that all slide away, slide off the shoulders, dissipate. You might want to close your eyes or just look down toward the floor, and that helps us draw our awareness inward. Noticing the sensations in the body, right here, right now. Then if your eyes are closed, you can open them. And we'll externally rotate the arms. Maybe feel those shoulder blades moving inward and let them drop downward. Let the shoulders drop down. Then rise up through the sides of the torso. On the inhale, bring your arms up as far as it feels safe for you. Doesn't have to come all the way up. On your exhale, release down. Just moving with your breath. One more time. Bringing the shoulders up, back out, and down. Coming into our mountain pose, also called Tadasana. So that means we find strength and engagement from the bottoms of the feet up to the armpits, but the shoulders, the neck, and the face are released. You can place your hands on the thighs, press down lightly, lengthen up, rotate in a circle in one direction. And the other. Just noticing where you feel this. Noticing the sensations in your body. And we come back to center, bring the arms out again, maybe like a W, letting those elbows sink down, shoulders sink down. On the inhale, bring the arms back, broaden from the sternum out through the shoulders. On your exhale, you can reach forward and then cross arms. if it's safe for you, you can also round your back, maybe just the upper back, maybe the entire back. On the inhale, open up. Remember which arm you had on top. Open up, find space across the collarbones, find space vertically too. So you can get as much breath in your body as you can. Move with your own breath. You do not have to move with mine. On the exhale, reach forward, cross arms again. See if you can put that other arm on top, alternating which arm is on top. Rounding if it feels safe for you. Inhaling. And one more time on each side. Last one. And then we come back to our mountain pose. Tall, strong, but released. Then we'll externally rotate the right hip and come back. Out and back. Out and back. One more time. Just noticing any difference from one side to the other, noticing the sensations that created, and then go to the other side. One more time. Back into mountain pose, taking a breath in and releasing it out. Then we'll send our right leg out. I'm going to scoot back so you can see my foot. Your foot can be on the floor or you can lift it up. Wherever it is, try to engage the left leg, rise up just like the rest of the body's in mountain pose. Nice strong abdomen, right? And then bring the left arm out. We'll point the toes, bring the fingers down, flex the foot, bring the fingers up. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. The next one will hold. So the toes reach forward. You feel maybe engagement through the quadriceps. Spread the fingers wide. If you've sunk down a little bit, rise up. But find release, strength and release and expansion. Then we'll rotate the arm all the way up to the shoulder. Now the heel of the palm is reaching forward, fingers pointing down, and we flex the foot. Now we might find space through the back of the leg. You might find more space if you reach the top of the head, the crown of the head upward, right? You might find a little more stretch through the back of the leg there. You don't need to lock your knee. If you feel strain, then soften it a little bit. And then we release, shake it out or pat it out or whatever you need, or maybe just stay still. I like to get movement back into my wrist and my fingers, right? Because we always forget about the fingers. Back into mountain pose. Send that same right leg out, same left arm, soft fist. We'll rotate the wrist and the ankle one direction. And the other. And release. Shake it out, pat it out. Coming back into mountain pose, engaging the abdomen. Now, when we're doing these things with our legs sticking out, right? If you're feeling strain in your low back, you can always move back toward the back of the chair and let the back of the chair help to support you. But we're going to send that right leg back out again. And then this time, we're going to work from the hip and rotate so that the knees and the toes point in, but the rotation is up here, not at the knee, not at the ankle. And then we rotate out, in and out. And then we'll want to go like this to help out, but try to stay up nice and tall and strong as much as you can, right? Then, if you're feeling like you can do it while still rotating the hip, for the last two, you might want to go out and then in. Just working with the thigh, the hip flexors, and the abdomen here. And, oh, I did more than two there, didn't I? I was talking. So come on back to center, taking a breath in. And so we were working with both with strength and with mobility there. Now we send the left leg out. Heel can be on the floor. Remember, we can do all those things on the floor, or it can be up, but make sure that your abdomen is engaged so you don't hurt your low back. Right leg is engaged, lengthening up. That right arm comes out. We point the toes, bring the fingers down, flex the foot, bring the fingers up. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. The next one we hold. So reach out, spread those fingers wide. Notice if your sternum has dropped or if the sides of the torso are shorter. I'm exaggerating. None of you probably have done that. But then we rise up, always being aware. Then we'll rotate the arm all the way up to the shoulder, flex the foot. Now the heel is reaching forward, the heel of the palm is reaching forward, and we're trying to find space through the inside of the forearm, the back of the leg. All while trying to keep that soft, smooth breath, right? So let that be a guide to you, your own breath, your own sensations in your body. Then we release. Notice, maybe you want to shake it out or pat it out. Maybe there's something going on here or here. And come back into our mountain pose, extending that same left leg out, same right arm, soft fist. We rotate the wrist and the ankle one direction. And the other. And release. And back into mountain pose. Just pause and notice. And then we'll send that same left leg out, rotating from the hip, in and out, in and out, trying to stay strong. And then if you want, I'm going to see if I can match how many I did on the other side since I was talking. I meant to do 2. I think I did 3. But we just keep moving, right? Even if we make a mistake or if we didn't do it quite how we expected to do, we just keep moving, do what we can do. And shake it all out. Bring our shoulders up, back out and down and come back into mountain pose. Taking a breath in and releasing it out. We'll bring our arms out, starting from the sternum, reaching out through the shoulders, then out through the elbows, the wrists, and all the joints in the fingers. Dropping the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Just trying, then seeing if you can find space vertically as well through the torso. And then if you want, you can let the arms you can leave the arms there, but we've got that space through the torso now. So you can do whatever you want with the arms. And we're going to move the torso in all different directions. So front, back, side, around, just however it is that your torso moves. And we wind up drawing circles or ovals with our fingertips. But the important part is that torso moving. And then we stop and we go the other direction. And here's an example of where we just keep moving because it might feel different going this direction. It's the direction that's not as natural for us. So we keep moving in the way that we can move so that we can keep moving, right? Getting that mobility and the strength. And then we come on back. We can make smaller and smaller rotations and rotate the shoulders. Cup the hands and just swing the arms back and forth. Let them kind of be heavy. And then let that slow down. Back into mountain pose, our Tadasana. Now we'll inhale, bring the arms up. And on the next one, if it feels safe for you, you can bring the arms up even more. But most importantly, rise up through the sides of the torso. And then on the exhale, reach back, open up through the collar, across the collarbones. You might hold on to your chair. I like to do that. Then if you feel like strain in your low back or your belly pushing forward, then bring your navel back to your spine or tuck your tailbone. You just want a strong abdomen here. Creating as much space through the front of the torso as you can in this beautiful back bend. Then we'll bring both arms forward, trying to keep as much of that back bend as we can. We rotate the arms all the way up to the shoulders. Palms are flat, pointing up to the ceiling. And moving just the wrists, we bring the fingers out and in, out and in, out and in. One more time, out. And then the fingers come back forward. First two fingers to the thumb, elbows in, shoulders and shoulder blades down. And now we just open and close the elbows. Some people like to lift the elbows up as well. And that's fine as long as you're also opening and closing, right? Then you've kind of doing two things at once. The next time that the fingers come back toward the shoulders, bring the elbows out. Again, from the sternum all the way out through the elbows, bring the fingers to the back of the head. Lightly press the head into the fingers into the head, just to get that head over the shoulders. And then we'll lean to one side and the other. Now just trying to find space. Maybe you feel something in your waist or your hips, or maybe a little bit higher. Just notice where you feel it. And coming back into center, release the arms down, shake them out. You can shake them really fast. You can shake them like you've got goop on your hands. And come on back to center. Lifting the sternum up, bring the chin down. And just pretend like you've got some sort of writing utensil on the top of your head and make a smile. So just notice in your neck what kind of smile you need to draw. Maybe it's one that's really deep. Maybe it's one that's not so deep, but it's wide. Or maybe it's just tiny, right? So, but let your body, the sensations in your body be a guide. I like to move slowly so I can really feel those sensations. The next time that the chin is back to center, then lift that sternum up again, bring the head back up, make sure it's still sitting over the shoulders. Now we'll take some of that mobility that we created and that strength and move it into some yoga poses. So we'll send our right leg out. We want to press down, really press down using the seat, using the feet, engaging all the way up to the armpits. Releasing shoulder blades down, shoulders down, releasing any tension in the neck or face. Then finding space outward in both directions, that direction and forward. There's not as much here, right? Here's more, a little more strength. Then bring the arms out. Reach out, reach out. Creating as much space as you can through the torso. Lean toward that extended leg and turn. If it feels safe, you can look up toward your upper arm. If you notice that you're sinking down a little bit, try to lift up, lengthen up through the sides. If you're looking up toward that upper arm, then bring your gaze back forward. We all press down with the feet and pull with that arm to come on up. We come to center. Now we're going to stretch through the back of the leg. Some people like to combine this with a little bit more core activation. So if you want, you can come off the side of the chair a little bit, or you can stay in the middle, okay? But wherever you are, still activate, still engage that lower body, still create space through the upper body and release to that very upper body. Send the right leg out, toes pointing up to the ceiling, heel reaching as far away from the seat as you can. Remember, you don't have to lock your knee if that creates strain. And then rise up. So part of that stretch, part of what creates that stretch is the top of the head moving up toward the ceiling. If you're like, ooh, I don't really feel anything, you can hinge forward just a little bit, but still keep that top of the head moving upward, and you might feel a little bit more. But always listen to your body. Stop. If you're starting to hold your breath, back off. Find that place where you can find the right balance. And then we come on back up to center. If you were leaning forward, we come back to center with the leg. We come back to the center if you were off the side of your chair. We're always returning to our Tadasana, our mountain pose, and then noticing the sensations in the body. Perhaps the right side is different than the left. Find that soft, smooth breath. And then we extend the left leg out, reaching out, reaching out. Still finding that engagement, pressing down, rising up, finding space through the legs. Shoulders up, back out and down, reaching the arms out. Lengthening through the sides of the torso and leaning toward that extended leg. We turn, trying to keep as tall as we can. If it feels safe for you, you can look up toward that upper hand. If you're looking up toward the upper hand, then bring your gaze back forward. We all can press down through the feet, engage legs, pull with the arm to come up, and come back to center. Taking a breath in So now we'll do that back line again. You can do this from the center of the seat, or you can come off a little bit if you want. Either way, you really want to engage this right side, lengthen up, engage the abdomen, maybe be back toward the back of the chair if that's supporting you. And then we send that left leg out. The heel is reaching away, the toes are up toward the ceiling. And then the top of the head reaches up, reaches up. If you're like, I still don't feel any sort of a stretch, then you can always hinge forward, but make sure you're not rounding because that won't stretch. That reaching up. I like to hold on to the chair. So you can do that too. Soft, smooth breath, release in the shoulders, the neck, and the face, engagement through the abdomen, that right leg. Then if you're hinged forward a little bit, come on back up. Wherever you are, come back to center. Legs, seat. I'm going to take a breath in and release it out. Now for the next postures, you can either stay seated or you can stand. So I'll mostly demonstrate standing, but then I'll pop down to the chair just to show you what it looks like, okay? But it will be similar. Pressing down through the legs and pressing down through the feet, engaging the legs. If you choose to stand up, then keep pressing down and come on up. And move to the right side of the chair. If you're seated, stay in the center for now, okay? We're moving into our Tadasana, our mountain pose. So we've already done that seated. You know how to do that. Everyone, seated or standing, you want your toes forward, your feet pressing down, engaging the legs, rising up, shoulders up, back out, and down. Taking a breath in. And releasing it out. Taking a breath in, rising up through the sides of the torso. If it feels safe for you, bring your arms up. And then that inside arm, the left arm comes down. You can all the way from the bottom of the foot up through the side, you can lengthen. If it feels safe for you, you can look down to the floor. So seated, it's the same. If you choose to have the arm down, it's the same. This is where we're stretching. If you're looking down toward the floor, bring the gaze back forward, come on back up to center. Back to our mountain pose. If you're seated, then slide off to the right side of the chair. If you're standing, bring that inside foot forward. Everyone seated or standing brings that outside foot, that right leg back. If you're standing, you still need to bend this knee, so engage the muscles and bend the knee so it's pointing over the middle toes. Seated, it looks like this. If you have a different way, if you like to go the other direction, that's fine too. Wherever you are, we rise up, shoulders up, back out, and down. We can feel strength in both legs. We can feel length now through the front line, right? We did the back line, we did the side. Now, rising up, top of the head toward the ceiling can make you feel more of a stretch through the thighs and the hip flexors. Only bring your leg back as far as you need to. You can always have your hand on the chair if you're seated or standing, right? We'll bring our hand to our hip, rise up, and lean in. Just noticing where you feel this. Some of you might want to bring your arm up and over or just up, and that's fine too. The part that we're stretching is right there. Then we'll come on back up. If your arm is up, release it down. We've got strength, stretch, length. If you want, you can bring one or both arms up, and that gives you a little more challenge to the balance. But you can always have one arm down, whether it's because your shoulder hurts or you feel safer holding on. Then we come back to center. Come into mountain pose. Just noticing the sensations in the body, taking a breath in and releasing it out. And we'll move, if you're seated, move into the center of the chair. Standing, move to the other side of the chair, the left side. We all come into mountain pose, toes forward, engaged from the bottoms of the feet up to the armpits. Release shoulders, neck, and face. Taking a breath in and releasing it out. Rising up through the sides of the torso, taking a breath in. If it feels safe, bring your arms up. And then bring that right arm down, lengthening up from the bottom of the left foot all the way up through the side. Remember, you can be like this. In fact, this is my shoulder that hurts sometimes. I'm going to be like that today. If it feels safe, you can look down toward the floor. Seated. It's all the same. If you're looking down toward the floor, bring your gaze back forward. If your arm is up, bring it back down. We all come into mountain pose. Taking a breath in and releasing it out. If you're seated, you can move off to the left side of the chair. Standing, bring your inside foot forward, that right foot forward. Everyone seated or standing brings the left leg back so that you can find a stretch through the thigh and the hip flexor. Not pain, just a stretch. If you're standing, you still need to bend the knee. So you engage the muscles and bend the knee. Seated, you're looking like this. The upper body's all the same. Standing, one thing that you want to remember is that if you are standing with your back foot right behind you, then you're challenging your balance a little too much. You want a nice, a little bit of more of a wider base, okay? Then we rise up, place the hand on the hip, lengthen up and lean in toward the chair, or if you're seated, toward the right side. Just finding that space through the side, and you'll maybe feel a little bit of a difference right through the hip. Some of you might like to bring your arm up and over. And then we come on back up. Find that strength, that stretch, that spaciousness again. You can stay right here because you have everything. But if you want, you can bring one or both arms up. And the next exhale, if your arms are up, release them down. Everyone can come back to center. Just pausing and noticing the sensations in the body. Taking a breath in and releasing it out. So now we're going to go back over to the other side. If you're seated, stay in the center. Do a little balancing. Before we do the balancing, and so if you're seated, you might want to like find something like a block or something or a wall. But before we balance, we're going to stretch out the bottom of our foot a little bit. So with the inside foot, that left foot, the one that we're going to balance on, we just want to, let me see if you can see that. I'm going to turn so you can see it a little bit more. Just place the sole of the foot on the chair, or like I say, if you have something else, even a stack of books or something, you can use that. You can use the wall. Some people like to use like one of those 28-ounce tomato cans. So whatever it is that works best for you, but we're just going to stretch things out. And I find that on one side, I feel it in the calf, and on the other side, I feel it in the ankle. So just notice where you feel it. And then release. Just place your foot on the floor, whether you're seated or standing. Notice that connection. Rise up, mountain pose on this side. We'll send that outside leg, that right leg out. Bring one or both arms out. You're welcome to hold on. Make sure that you're listening to your body, that you're safe. Move right from the center in all directions, right? So you want to be like opening up, even if you're holding on, right? Seated, look like this, same thing. But still not holding ourselves up with our shoulders. So this is a star pose. So you want to feel like you're shining, maybe even spread the fingers wide. Since you're in your own space and nobody can see, you can also spread your mouth and your eyes really wide if you'd like. I think it feels like such good stretch. If you want, you can always pick your foot up, but see, I'm leaning here, so I'm going to bring it back down. That's just not in my practice, but maybe it's in yours. And then bring everything back to center. You can shake it out. You can stomp it out, right? Whatever it is that you need, whatever part of your body is like, I need a little bit of movement, go ahead and do that. And then we'll move to the other side to do the same thing. First, with that foot stretch. So bottom of the foot, up on the leg of the chair, or something else that you have convenient. One of the great things about being in your own home when you're practicing. Then place that foot on the floor. Just notice that connection to the floor. Whether we're seated or standing, press down, engage that right leg, rise up, and we're going to spread out from the center outward. So left leg goes out, whatever arms you'd like to can go out, fingers, top of the head rising up. With the shoulders, they don't rise. Maybe lifting the foot up off the floor. Maybe spreading the eyes, the mouth. You can even stick your tongue out, right? No one's there to see you. And even if they were, right? That's okay. Soft, smooth breath. Finding that balance between expansion, engagement, and release. On your next exhale, come on back in. Shake it out however you'd like. Some people like to swing like this. So I'm just showing options. Maybe you do something that I did on the other side, right? Listen to your own body. Maybe your fingers are like, woo. We all feel things in different places and your body doesn't lie to you. If you were standing, come in front of the chair, make sure you feel the chair behind you, engage your legs, and see if you can sit down as quietly and gently as possible. Coming into mountain pose, taking a breath in, and releasing it out. Bringing the arms out, spreading out from the sternum to the shoulders, wrapping the arms around, creating space now across the upper back, and then rotating in a circle in one direction. And the other. Oh, wait. Switch which arm is on top, then go the other direction. Back to center. Bring the arms back out, release them down. Shoulders up, back out, and down. Top of the head up, making your neck as long as it can be. We'll stretch the neck and the top of the shoulders out by bringing the left ear toward the left shoulder. Now, for some people, you might feel a better stretch with the hand on the thigh. Some people with the hand next to the chair, others out. Others I've seen do all sorts of things. So you just find what works best for you. And then bring your head back up to center. Just pause and notice any difference one side the other. You can roll the shoulders and then roll them up, back, out, and down. Lengthening up through the neck. Now we drop right ear toward the right shoulder, or whichever one you didn't do before. On this side, the best arm placement might be somewhere else. So figure out what that is for you. And then bring your head back up to center. Just notice the sensations. And you can roll the shoulders again. Then you have an option of rolling one shoulder and the other. If it feels safe for you and you like it, then maybe add in that the torso follows the shoulder, right? You're turning. Maybe the hands come down and it gets even bigger. And maybe not. Maybe this movement isn't for you and you're still rolling the shoulders however it feels best. Now we'll come back to center. Shoulders up, back, out, and down, coming into mountain pose. We want a nice long spine. We're going to take our right hand and just bring it out in front of us. Drop that shoulder. We're going to move from the torso to move the hand out, okay? So we rise up, turn the torso to come out, and then the arm moves to come back in, and then we turn the torso back forward, kind of like we're wiping something off, I guess. Lengthen up, bring that arm out, turn the torso to turn the arm, then let the arm go back as far. Once you've turned the torso as far as it can, let the arm go back and around. When it meets the torso again, come on back forward. You can do this faster than I'm doing it. Takes me a lot of concentration though, if I'm going to turn if I'm really focusing on what's supposed to be moving. So you can move it faster or you can be slower. Turning the torso. Once you've turned as far as you can, then that arm keeps moving wherever it feels right, comes back, and would they come back to the center, torso leading. Palm is down. We'll do it one more time on this side. Now you may not be going the same speed on each side, so we don't have to do a certain number, and that's fine. But we pause and we notice any difference from one side to the other. Then we lengthen up, bring that left arm out. The arm's not moving now. Now it's the torso. The torso turns. Oh, and now the torso stops. So the arm can keep coming back. Then it comes forward. And we come forward together. Arm goes out again. We make sure that we're nice and tall. Torso turns to turn the arm. And then it lets the arm go as far as it would like. The arm really wants to lead. But we want our torso to lead. We want our belly and our shoulders to turn. And then the arm can go a little farther. And if this doesn't make sense to you, just keep moving, right? If you're like, my body doesn't move quite that way, or it just doesn't, I don't understand, keep moving. We'll do one more time on this side. Last time of this movement. Coming back to center. Taking a breath in. And you can bring your feet out a little bit wide. Take a breath in. And release down as far as you'd like. So some people, right? Some people are like, right? Some people are a little noisier too, and you're all on mute, so don't worry. Let it all out. As we move toward our resting pose, our Shavasana, we move more into the release and away from that engagement. There's always a balance until we get there, until we get to Shavasana. But we're switching direction, we're shifting. One more time. And then we'll do a wide-legged forward fold. So this is really important to just know what's safe for you. We want our feet wide. We want the knees moving so they're pointing out over the toes. So maybe that's a little narrower, right? So that's the first thing. If you're starting to feel kinks and stuff, be narrower. Rise up and place your hands on the thighs. And we're just going to hinge forward, flat back. You might be feeling stretch through the insides of the leg. You might be feeling a stretch through the back, right? We want that top of the head moving away from the tailbone. If it's safe for you to come down a little farther, either, balance wise, or, if you can't put your head below your heart, then don't do that. You can bring your forearms to the thighs. Keep moving top of the head away from the tailbone. And some people feel safe bringing their belly toward the thighs, just resting it on the thighs, and then you can move forward. And we all just want to feel as much space as we can from the tailbone up through the neck to the top of the head. Maybe feeling like we can slow our breath down or deepen it here. And then we can slowly, slowly come on back up, meeting with the palms on the thighs, with that flat back, and coming all the way back up, bringing the feet back to center, shaking out or patting out anything that you need to, and coming back into mountain pose. Taking a breath in and releasing it out. Then placing the hand behind the thigh, pull the thigh in toward the belly. The abdomen and the other leg are strong. Or if you're like, nope, I'm done with that strength part, right? Let the chair hold you up. You can bring your hands to the front of the shin if that feels better for you, then just rise up. You release that leg down, shake it out or pat it out, and go to the other side. Squeezing in, lengthening up so that you can feel more of a stretch through the glutes. Soft shoulders, soft face, soft neck. And then release. Shake it all out or pat it out, wiggle it out. Move in whatever way you need to release anything that's remaining from either that you brought here from before class, or that some of the movements, created for you. And then when you've released all of that, come back toward the back of the chair. Release into the support, backs of the thighs, into the seat into the seat of the chair, resting the soles of the feet and the hands, either the palms or the back, whatever. Resting those on wherever you feel most supported. Perhaps closing the eyes or casting the gaze down toward the floor. Allowing your breath just to be soft and smooth. And then let that guide your awareness inward to a soft and smooth place within you. A quiet place, a still place. And gently bring your awareness back outward, perhaps inviting movement into the body. Could be wiggling fingers and toes or moving wrists and ankles. You might want a big stretch, either with the arms or the legs, or you may decide you want another squeeze or a little bit more twisting. Just notice what your body needs and give that to your body. And then come back to our strong seated position. Externally rotating the arms. And the inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice. Thank you for taking care of yourself this morning. I appreciate all of you. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much.